Aquarius, I am hearing that you are focused on the cross that you do not wish to bear anymore. This is the Arcana Veil. Let's have a look and see what that's about. There's the beloved coming out. There's the moon. So much moon around. There's passion. The cross to bear within the nature of that which you love, those that you love. This feels like it could be a little bit of a relationship energy coming through. What's happening in the deeper parts of the subconsciousness, what is hidden, what is illusionary, and what is still a passion for you. Why is it a cross to bear? Is it someone that you don't love anymore? Stable forces, the beloved. So you are truly still in a space of loving someone. That's good to know. For some of you that are not with someone, what is it that is focused on in terms of which you find to, what do you love that is strongly set in space for you to carry forward? In other words, your focus is on something that is solid right now. Three of Wands, decision, directions. The Alchemist or the Temperance, okay? Forces, decisions, directions here. There's a lot of love coming through here. Growing forces, Seven of Forces here. You're alchemizing a lot of things here. Initiate forces, oh my goodness. Okay, this is a hybrid deck. It is tarot essentially, but it is alchemical. And these forces are the natures of how alchemy moves through. In other words, let me say this for you in a much more concrete way to understand. There is a focus on what is secure for you in a beloved, your beloved focus, or the beloved devotion of something that is stable. You're seeking a relationship that is stable. You are either in a relationship that is stable or you are seeking a more stable relationship. Within the nature of the moon, you are being shown clearly within the deeper parts of yourself, or maybe you don't know. Maybe you don't really know what directions to take in order to find that passion back again in your relationship again. So this is someone who wants to spice up their life, the relationship again. We're having the Alchemist here over the passion part, which means you're seeking to encounter that fire, that warmth back in again. But now it says you're growing forces and initiate, which means just really in simple terms that you need to be the one to spark it up. So if this isn't a relationship, you're going to be the one that needs to spice up things before you can have these things happen for you, if that is what you want. If this is not in a relationship, you're going to need to focus on in the same manner as to what it is that you're looking for to bring back into tangibility. In other words, you want it to be more stable, more sustainable, more stable. So if you're looking for a new work or a new pathway or a new whatever it is, then you're going to be the one that has to initiate the passion within your deeper parts of yourself. In other words, you have to start up the experience of self-love, passions, beloved, your relationship to perhaps God or spirit, however you want to see it, is stable, or you're questioning it in that way as well. And in this nature, you're being given the task to understand that if what it is that you seek to encounter must be cultivated first within. We'll look at what the underworld has to say, or that which is in the subconsciousness. We have the Page of Wands underneath the stable forces. So you have a youngster with you. You are a young person, young at heart. You are a younger person. Two of Swords here. You are questioning. It looks like you're questioning your spirituality here, but at the same time also questioning relationship. There's a few that came out here. Page of Cups here under the Alchemist. You know how to do that. We have the Three of Swords here under the Growing Forces, which means you're starting to heal what was broken before in your heart. We have Judgment here. This reading shows two very distinct frequencies. One is about relationships and the other is about devotion and religion or belief. And either way, within the nature of this reading, the energy shows that there is a seeking or a hunger for something that's stable, that feels more real than perhaps what was once believed. The Two of Swords underneath the Two of Wands, 2-2, and the Moon, indicative of needing to make that, to feel all of those things coming up to the surface and needing to try and establish which one works and which does not, what to discern and learn from, how to understand what it means to discern. So what does it mean to discern from what is right and wrong? It means to take notice of how you feel towards certain things. Do a test, your physical body test. Do a body test on certain information. If you feel like your body is saying, I want to just climb out of my skin, that's already telling you it's not the right thing to be around. If it's people doing this to you, the same thing applies. Nine of Cups under the Alchemist or the Temperance, you're being shown to take notice of what you've already acquired, what you already have within you. Why is it that you are doubting yourself in the way you go through this process when you've already got so much already at hand? Look back and see what you've acquired, what you've accomplished. That in itself is how you will learn to go forward, to go to the next step. I wanted to say start. Next start. Three of Swords underneath the 7 Growing Forces. In other words, you're healing. So if you were in a relationship and you had your heart broken and you want someone that's stable and you don't want someone to mess around your path anymore, then you need to find what is stable inside of you. If you can't find anything that is stable inside of you, Nine of Cups, it says you have a lot of things that are stable inside of you. To find and work on those so that it will amplify the frequency around you for you to be able to feel that frequency come to you again. This is either for relationships or religion or spirituality. Either way, look for the stability of what you already know. If your stability is challenged or you are judging what you used to believe as was once stable but has not been stable anymore, then you are being shown that you have the ability to start it up, something new. Find your creative guidance within you. Do something completely contrary and creative for yourself so that you're able to bring that energy in again. You know that when these things come to you, these inspirations come to you, is when you're doing something fun. And that is what it should be. Even if you're going to go and plant a flower in the garden or do something like that, Let's have a look and see the horizon for you. The bridge to the solution. 10 of Pentacles. Finances are stable. So this is something deeper. Gosh. Okay. We have the Chariot here. Under the moon. That relationship that you're with. That relationship that feels like it's not stable. You're expecting from that person to commit to you on an emotional level. And that person's not really showing any commitment as how you would want them to commit. In itself, if the person has not committed yet, and it's been how long already, then, and this is just for someone specific, it's not for every person in the Aquarius collective, as you know, you would need to find out how the stability is within you, the exclusivity within you. When you've got that understanding of that exclusivity, of what exclusivity means, the stability of the relationship, etc., that in itself will give you a measurement or measure tool to measure where you are with said person in your life, or belief, or path. In other words, use the comparison test. Be able to find that for you. This is why this is coming up, but it says that there's something in the past that has to be healed before you can actually experience the stability of the present connection in itself. We have the Knight of Wands here over the Nine of Cups, so that in itself explains exactly what it means. You have to find that pathway inside of you. You have to tap in to what you remember, how things used to be. You have to go into that place where you were hurt by someone that you thought was stable for you. And then you have to clear that up by releasing it. Maybe need to do some cord cutting or something like that. And then you'll be able to see how the relationship is where you are right now in connection with that person, the current one, the new one, whoever they are, or whatever it is. I will leave this with you, Aquarius. This was your reading. I'll see you next time.